didn't have anybody to be the life of the party for anymore, and I didn't have anybody looking at me as the center of attention. And I got to a point that said, man, what's this life all about? And thankfully there were some people that came into my life at that point who said, hey man, you should come to this businessmen's meeting. And they're really successful businessmen in Atlanta, Georgia. They make a lot of money, they drive nice cars. Do you want to come? And I said, yeah, I need to be there because I want to be successful like that. And so they invited me at 6:30 in the morning on a Thursday morning to this businessmen's meeting. And I promise this has to do with what the question you just asked me. But it was a Bible study. They didn't tell me it was a Bible study. And these dudes did drive like very nice cars, Lexuses. One had a Rolls Royce. I mean, these guys wore business suits. And I was a first-year chiropractic student thinking, man, yeah, I want to be like that. And here they were talking about this Jesus guy, and not just like I go to church on Sundays, man. They were talking about how Jesus changed their life and how their whole life revolved around that, blah, blah. And I thought, man, I don't know who these guys are, but they make a lot of money, so I can hang around them. And you know how it is. You start hanging around people like that, they start to rub off on you. And so these same guys asked me to come to, they said, hey, you want to come to a free concert on Tuesday night? I said, I love music, always did. Music's always been a big part of my life. So they invited me to a concert, free concert. I went. And it was a worship night. And I'd never really been to a worship night like that. I'd only heard, maybe a couple of hymns sung on Sundays or something like that. I wasn't into Jesus music, but it was a worship night. And I made the comment to these guys at that worship night. I said, man, if church was like this, I'd go every Sunday. Because I hadn't been going to church in many years, that I didn't really have a use for that anymore. And they said, we'll see you on Sunday. And so then I got invited by the same group of guys to a chiropractic conference, because as successful chiropractic people, I went on a Friday night I can remember. And there was a guy named Dr. 𝐃𝐨𝐧'𝐭 there, a mutual friend of ours. And this was 15 years ago. And he's saying the same message still today, but he wasn't talking about chiropractic. This guy was talking about Jesus. And he was saying, man, talking about, he gave a salvation message at a chiropractic conference, so a business space, and they had worship there. And the rest is history. I mean, my life changed in that moment.